Senator Tully.
Minister, much has been said about the good work the OPW does, and I want to acknowledge that. But there's also a deep frustration about the number of buildings which are left lying idle for many, many years, some of them which could be used as dwelling places and some of them which could be used as community spaces. And I want to raise a couple of those with you today in relation to County Cavan. Now, I live near a village of Kinalek in County Cavan, and there's a house there that is adjacent to, or is actually attached to, the Garda station, and it was used to house guards over the years. So the Garda sergeant and his family lived there for many, many years, but it's been lying idle for in excess of 20 years at this stage. Now, the members of a local community group, a group I was a member of at the time, wrote to the OPW, again, around 20 years ago, asking for the house to be transferred for community use, and that was refused. I raised it at a joint policing committee meeting a number of years ago about this house. I said it could be either used to house guards, because they're finding it difficult to pay rent like the rest of us, or given over to the local authority, sold, whatever the mechanism is, to house a family. We're in the middle of a housing crisis, and this house, which was recently renovated, looks in good condition, could be used to house a family or, as I said, members of Garda Síochána. And it's very frustrating. I can't get an answer about what's intended use, and it sits there in the middle of the village, idle all of these years. I know other requests around disused Garda stations being used as community spaces, and there's lots of community groups are looking for that, and they can't again get a clear answer on that. And I looked on the OPW site and I see where it's ready for disposal. I'm not sure, does that mean it's going to be sold on the open market, or is it going to be transferred to community groups? Does that happen? What again is the mechanism for that? I also have a request about an OPW site which is for sale near Ballyconnell in County Cavan. It's on the border road adjacent to the old AW Ennis mill. It was the site of the old former customs hut there. And again, local representatives are wondering if the money received for this site will be ring-fenced for the local community, or does it just all go back into a big pot? The other issue is in relation to the OPW Battle of the Boyne Visitor Centre. And I'm just wondering if there's any plans to update the information provided to the public at this site, based on a recent discovery of a document confirming a transfer of Royal African Company shares from the notorious slave trader Edward Colston to William III. This transfer made William governor of the largest transatlantic slave company operating at that time. So the Dutch Parliament published a report called State and Slavery in 2023. It's the first report to quantify the financial value to the Dutch House of Orange of colonial trade that included enslaving at least 600,000 African men, women and children, and between 660,000 and 1 million people from Asia. And the study reported the colonial profit for William III, who was Prince of Orange as well as being King of England and exerting control over Ireland and Scotland, and to his successors as Prince of Orange, Wilhelm IV and Wilhelm V, to be £465 million in today's money. So, independent research commissioned by the current Dutch king, due to be published in September 2026, will also confirm that King Billy was a slave trader. So, are there plans for the OPW to update the information provided to the public at the Old Bridge Estate Battle of the Boyne Visitor Centre in Drogheda in County Louth? Thank you.